Hello everyone. So welcome again to English 111. I just wanted to give you an update on the work that's due this week, let you know that I'm readily available for questions if you've got them, and say I hope you've already gone ahead and looked at those two videos that I sent out in my first announcement. The very first one is the Welcome to English 111 video that just kind of goes over the course guidelines, the expectations for the course, how the grading breakdown will work, etc. The next one is the video that outlines how and in what way you should approach writing essay number 1. And I did note in my announcement the dates that the pre-writing will be due on Blackboard. To find the pre-writing, you just click on the left-hand side on Blackboard under Assignments, and then you will see a link for Essay 1, and then you will see a link for pre-writing. When that pre-writing is due, if you scroll down in that same area of Blackboard, you will see that there's already a link set up that's time-stamped with the time I provided to you in the announcement, or for you rather. A rough draft will need to be emailed to me by the date that I've outlined in my announcement at 11 a.m. And with rough drafts, it is kind of redundant from the pre-writing, right? The pre-writing is very similar to the rough draft itself, meaning you can cut and paste from the pre-writing into the paper, and it's not self-plagiarism because that's the start of your paper. So what I always like to say is with the rough draft, I like to do actual conferences for feedback. Doesn't have to be the day it's due. It can be well beforehand. It can be many times beforehand. So if you get a paragraph done and then you maybe get another paragraph done, you want to meet with me more than once, I am happy to look that over. You can also conference with me if you don't have any ideas yet, right? If you're just kind of in that brainstorming stage and you're trying to figure out, well, how should I approach this assignment? You can, of course, meet with me as early as today. I also wanted to let you know the final draft. I noted when that's going to be due of Essay 1. That is going to be due on Blackboard by 11 a.m. So if, again, on the left-hand side of Blackboard, if you just click Assignments and then you click Essay 1 and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will see that there is a link where you would turn Essay number 1 in. I really quickly, again, just wanted to kind of talk you all through what is due for the week because I know many of you are visual learners, and this is just a supplement to what I posted today. I won't make it too lengthy. On Blackboard, there's some readings that I would like you to do. Please do those. I've got, let's see, so I Take Your Point, Entering Class Discussions. That's just a really good reading to kind of understand how to engage with other sources because you will be engaging with different articles this semester, right? You're going to be kind of thinking about how and in what way you can build off of other ideas that came before you. So I'd like you to look at that. It's just under Resources on the left-hand side of Blackboard, and then if you click Additional Readings, it's called I Take Your Point, Entering Class Discussions. And note that all of the readings that we do for the semester, it's really going to be up to you to keep on top of those. I can't stress that enough, right? Read these articles or chapters in the book. Make sure that you take the time to maybe put sticky notes where it is that we had a reading, because we also have a couple of readings in this book here, as you see. So the first one is Critical Reading, which is on pages 1 through 3, and then you also have Free Writing, which is on pages 93 through 95, and that is where you're going to answer by tomorrow at 11 a.m. Send it to me just via email so I can get you some feedback. You are going to answer the question that is found at the very end of the reading itself. So Free Writing's pretty short, but if you turn to page 96, what you're doing is you're answering question number 2. I would like you to just write a paragraph, so 5 to 7 sentences is really all you need. In addition to that, I would like you to write an MLA just to kind of get the ball rolling with that format, get you familiar with it, so on and so forth. So, what you can do if you are not familiar with MLA is you can actually take the time to go on Blackboard and click let's see, resources. So on the left-hand side, if you click resources and scroll down, you will see right under the extra credit prompts, there's an MLA template. And that is fill in the blank, also gives you kind of a visual of what MLA should look like. And please note that you can turn homework in early. So yes, this is due tomorrow by 11 a.m., but if you need to turn it in tonight, right, or earlier in the morning, feel free to do that. I am absolutely more than happy to accept work early. I just don't take work late, right? So feel free to turn that in at any point in time before the due date that works best for you. It's not like you have to sign in right at 11 and turn it in right at 11, right? You could even do it today. So I've also noted, let's see, I'm going to go back to our home page. All of you need to take the course entry quiz. So that is how you enter the class. On the left-hand side on Blackboard, it's really easy. It should take no more than 10 minutes. You just want to click course entry quiz, and that's how I'm going to record your entry to the class. Okay, so do make sure that you do that. It is not due this semester, I believe, let's see, until I've put it on here. I think we've got a little bit of time, but I'd rather you just go ahead and do it now. So I follow what the school wants me to do with the course entry quiz. So with those settings, it's due August 26th by 11:59 p.m. But I would go ahead and get it out of the way just so that we can record you as being in the class. So as early as today, I saw a lot of you already did it, right? Which is great, but it doesn't take very long. Something else I have noted is for your success, right? I've listed some of the resources available to you, and I'll send additional announcements out that kind of outline these resources and explain how and in what way they can help you succeed. But the ILC can be reached at 919-532-5548, as well as 919-532-5549. It's my understanding this semester. I haven't heard back from them yet, but that's the info that I've had in the past. If it changes, I will let you know ASAP, okay? In addition to that, I have said that you want to, okay, so we talked about the diagnostic. You also have another assignment that's going to be due on Thursday, and all that is a typed out typed out paragraph on Don't Blame the Eater. So make sure you watch my video on essay number 1, because in that video I go over what ethos is, what pathos is, and what logos is. Ethos being the author's credibility and how that's kind of built in a text. Logos being quite literally what it sounds like, logic. So how and in what way does the author use logic in a piece? And pathos, which is emotion. So how and in what way does an author use emotion to draw the audience into what argument is at play, right? What you're going to do is just write a really brief paragraph on a reading called Don't Blame the Eater, and where you find that is actually on Blackboard, and if you click on the left-hand side, you will see that it is under the resources additional readings, and it's short, it doesn't take long. What I would like you to do by Thursday at 11 a.m. is just go ahead and let me know so I can see kind of what your understanding of the rhetorical appeals is, what appeal you maybe find most effective, so out of ethos, pathos, logos, because obviously you're just writing 5 to 7 sentences, and it's kind of like a blueprint for essay number 1. I just want you to practice implementing those appeals, okay? Also for Thursday, there's just a couple of readings I would like you to do in this book. So you've got Making Meaning, an Introduction to Rhetoric on page 9, since Essay 1 is a rhetorical analysis. And then one of my personal favorites on page 20 is Writing Introductions and Conclusions. And that's a really cool chapter because it goes over how you do not have to actually approach assignments chronologically. So you don't have to write the introduction first, for instance. If you struggle with the introduction, which I know I do, the introduction is extremely hard for me, you can always just get kind of a thesis down and start with a body paragraph, right? You can even write the conclusion first. So that's kind of what that chapter outlines. It's really short, it's easy. I would put a sticky note, easy to read. I'd put a sticky note in that chapter just so that you've got it and you know to reference it throughout the course of the semester. And let me know, of course, if you have any questions. In addition to that, I've just said that I'd like you to keep reviewing the guidelines for essay number 1. There are a few chapters in this purple book that I would like you to look at. So if you look closely at my announcement, I tell you what those are. So chapter 1 and chapter 4. Chapter 1 is on how to plan and draft a paper, which is extremely useful. And chapter 4 is on how to read and write critically. So kind of how to actively engage with text as opposed to passively engage with them. Make sure that you do those readings. They won't take long. Mark them though, put sticky notes, know that they're there to be a reference when you are working on especially essay 1 moving forward in the class. And so again, of course, you want to review those essay number 1 guidelines that are found on Blackboard under assignments, essay 1 guidelines. And in addition to that, just look over my announcement. Let me know if you've got any questions at all. I have really enjoyed getting to know many of you already, but I can't stress enough, I'm here to help. So let me know how and in what way I can. I hope this video is useful for those of you who just kind of need to be talked through things. And again, let me know when and if you've got questions. I hope you have a wonderful day.